Good evening, and welcome to another episode of Fat Guy with a Ponytail. It has been a while. Not even sure when the last episode was. I think we're on episode 13 at this point, and it is a lovely March 4th, and let's cover the basics. Uh, Current weight today is 223. Um, That's 181 days post-op and a total loss of 128 pounds since last year, January 2019. Um, what can I say about 223? It's less than 225. I guess when I put that in the spectrum of where I was, um, I keep going back to the Air Force weight. We talked a little bit about this. I think that when I joined the Air Force, um, or when I signed up, they wouldn't basically talk to me. They said, "You're too fat at 235. We're not going to take you. You need to be down." I think they had said something like 195, 190. So that's, I think, another reason why that's the goal weight. Um, Strangely enough, there are a few people who agree that this would be a good weight for me. We'll see. I'll get there, and then we'll see how that goes. So I guess that puts me 30 pounds out, more or less. Which is still it's to put this in perspective, the weight loss has slowed. There's not a lot happening at this point. Or it still says like 2 pounds a week, but we had a stall of about a month. Um, I think when we last talked, it was like 234, which is great. That was under 235, and I think that was a goal. Um, and current waist size is, I think, just recently got a new pair of pants. Oh yeah, I'm supposed to stand up and stuff like that. So the new pair of pants is a lovely 36, and the shirt is an extra large, so that's kind of nice. Um, Had to pick out new garb for the Salty Ball, which was this past weekend. Um, 36-inch waist, still not a 32-inch waist, which is where I was in the Air Force. And again, the refrain of that was when you were a 20-year-old boy or a 52-year-old or 51-year-old man. Um, I don't know. I see lots of skinny guys. And yeah, maybe I'm a broad-shouldered fella, but I don't know. Well, we'll see. Continue to lose, continue to behave myself as much as I can. It is harder. Um, and I still don't feel thinner. I still see, I mean, when I stood up and did this, I still see, this. This is the fat thing happening. And, I'm told, oh, it's skin, it's skin. You have leftover skin. Some of that's true. I mean, we do have some stretching and stuff like that that's happened. But I think I could be thinner and certainly more toned. What am I doing about it? Not much. And I need to get on that. I think the real challenge that I've got these days is time management. My schedule has gotten a lot busier, and this is where things usually fall off because work is now very stressful. The new job has figured out that I know what I'm doing and has asked me to do a lot of stuff. I'm running calls with folks in India and being asked to manage, the team of devs that I complained I didn't get to manage at the last gig that I was at. So that looks like we're going to have a busy season from a pirate season stand. And for whatever reason, I reconnected with a bandmate from way back in the days when I was a skinnier fella. Maybe that has something to do with it, that I feel more confident. Um, Honestly, I went out to go just check out their band and show respect. That's how it works in the band universe. You go see somebody else's band, they come see you if they can, and we support each other. Uh, so I was kind of surprised when they said A, that they were looking for a guitarist, and B, whether I'd be interested in you know helping them out, if provided I got the chops. So we got 5 or 6 songs in the bag that we're gonna try out, see how it goes. They're louder guitars than other bands I may have auditioned for and failed. I'm more excited about the material. Whether I fit or not, I don't know. It's like anything else. You're dating somebody else, and maybe you have chemistry, maybe you don't. Um, I guess my best attitude to have with respect to going into this is it's a jam session with an old friend. We're going to hang out, uh, play a few tunes, share a few stories, and then head back home. That's Sunday coming up. So other side, next video, maybe we'll find out how that all turned out. They gig once a month or something like that, I think, which is, for a bar band, that's not so bad. Looks like they're making decent money. Um, me, I never really cared too much about that. Just being able to play and play some loud guitars would be kind of nice. We had a really great salty ball. There's a great response. I don't hate the pictures that I see of me in the salty ball, but I don't love them either. The garb looks good. I don't know. It's the whole body dysmorphia thing. Maybe that's a thing. Um, I still see the fat guy when I look. I mean, I'm looking at the camera right now, and I'm still seeing like, no, look at all this. Look at all this. Look at it's it looks a little different, but I don't see the ridiculous change that everybody else has asked. I have gotten better at telling folks. It feels weird not to at this point because it feels like I'm lying or trying to take credit for something that I think anybody who gets the surgery does deserve credit. It is hard. It's very difficult, but I don't want folks to get the wrong idea like I'm trying to pull one over on them. Um, there were dramatic steps taken, and there's some level of shame that goes with it, but I'd rather be forthright, say, hey, I got the surgery and I needed the surgery, um, and now I got to do the rest on my own. In particular, of late, the appetite stuff um, nags a little harder, and recognizing that I'm feeling full isn't as easy as it used to be. We haven't puked in a very long time. So now we settle into the longer road. Now, I was told by the nutritionist in the 6-month checkup that the weight will continue to lose, but it will be at a slower rate. But they were like, oh, no, you'll still lose. I'm like, okay, well, I don't have to from a sort of biochemical way. There's no guarantee. But I think as long as I keep doing that, I can increase the physical activity, that's for sure. So I'm looking at trying to get, the weather's changing. It's March, obviously. It's still cold, still not great out, but was just thinking about hiking and camping and things that I like to do. So hopefully I'll get back out there, and I desperately want to get out to this one section of the Appalachian Trail by Washington Monument State Park, where I used to hike, gone repeatedly, and remember younger Joe doing well at that. And again, I'm sure I covered this in a previous episode, and failing, I want to say 6 years ago, um, when I went hiking. It just like, man, I was absolutely tore up going up and back. I just about died. Um, I'd like to see how that feels this time because I remember very strongly how it felt then. And I also remember very strongly being pretty solidly in shape when I was doing it as a younger fella, Air Force days. So where am I at physically would be an interesting metric in that space. So that's part of the plan. I think there's still a thought for a 5K. I know my daughter wants to do that with me. So that could be fun. And maybe trying to squeeze in a day hike. Trying to do push-ups and sit-ups regularly. And I installed the chin-up bar in the back along with the padding. So we've got ability to do stuff indoors. Just motivation's hard with the amount of time management that's going on. At any rate, I think that's covered where we're at, where we're going. I don't know. I think this is the longer road, so the episodes might become further and further apart. But this one's in the can, at least for now, and we'll be in touch after who knows when. See ya.